I'm gonna move this over here. That looks okay.
Hey,
So,
Michael.
hey,
What's your
Ricky. Hey. Well, I was kind of inspired by tonight's show, so I thought I was coming up with some of my own invention. I was trying to think of something that's never been done before. So
your own invention?
yeah, I mean,
Something that's never been done before.
so I was
Okay.
looking today, and it came to my mind. The shape right here is
That's a circle.
yeah. So I thought, well, that means something, right? So then I thought, well, I thought I was going to create, like, now I got like two
You got
circles.
two circles. Okay, two circles.
And I thought, wow,
I'm
this
with you
could
on
be
that.
something. So I thought maybe, you could put like something that on the two circles that can, like this, and then the two circles with something on top, and then you could like
Okay.
you can like pull it around. And so because of the circles, and I thought if you do that, you can do that with other things too. Like let's see, you can do it with I don't know what you call it. It's kind of like a thing that you can send in with a group of people and you can go somewhere with. But I thought, well, what a great idea. You can add them, like, I mean, this is kind of crude. It looks like a hat with little dingleberries, but yeah, so I think this is going to be a hit. I can trademark this. And
that sounds a whole lot like a car.
Oh, yeah, it's probably a car, but the whole focus is the circle. So the whole circle is the thing. It's I don't know what I would call it.
The wheel.
That's a good one. The wheel.
Wheel. I'm pretty sure the wheel was already invented.
Well, they did it wrong then. How about then the square?
We could try a square. I don't know that a square is going to roll, though. Maybe we should start the show and talk about the some of the other crazy inventions people have come up with.
You really make me mad.
It's the Speaking Nerdy podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my compadre and square hater, Mr. Ricky Poe. Hey, we have a viewer just jumped on. Let's give her a shout out. Man, thank you for joining the show.
Hey.
And yeah, thank you. One of our favorite group from the something that's old school Speaking Nerdy podcast group. Man, there's a lot going on this week, and we have a lot to cover. Ooh, and hopefully,
yes.
And we have like 5 minutes to do it.
I don't know, something like that.
Like that, okay.
So where do you want to start?
Well, I mean, wow. I mean, let's not even taking me out for dinner or anything. We're just going to go right from the beginning. Man, that's how we're going to be. Okay.
That's how we're going to be.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's try some happenings of the week.
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't have an intro for it, but it's the happenings of the week. And by the way, thank you for joining us tonight. If you don't know what our topic tonight, we have come across some of the dumbest, awful inventions ever made. Yes. So stick around, make comments, anything relevant to the show, please comment, and we'll put it up there. We have the Florida Man with us, aka Florida Man, Todd V. He's on the comment board tonight, and just real quick say, hey, there's Todd. He's on the comment board today. Hey, okay, we're done with him. So, that's how we do it here. So let's start off with the happenings of the week. So what's happening, my friend?
A lot of stuff.
That's a lot of stuff, man.
Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with the movie?
Let's start with a movie. We were talking about this early, and Yeah, go
Venom,
ahead.
Let There Be Carnage,
Let there
released
be
this
carnage.
past weekend, and opening weekend, topped the box office, $90 million at the box office. Opening weekend, no streaming, only in theaters, and basically tied Black Widow.
That is interesting.
I don't. I mean, I actually think Black Widow made just a little bit
little
more,
bit
but
more.
we're talking like 100,000 more,
100,000.
not or maybe not even that much, but pretty stinking close there.
Yeah, I mean, I was sure was hit with a lot of harsh reviews from what I've seen out there. But again, I haven't seen it, so I can't really speak upon it. You know, I mean,
I have not seen it yet either, but I do know some things about it. If we want to talk a little bit more, oh, that is not what I wanted to click.
well,
I hate
that's
when
not
I do
good.
that.
Don't do that. Spam.
Yeah, critic rating is 59%. But the audience rating is 85% with over 5,000 reviews.
Well, see, that's what I go with.
So
That's what I go with. Forget the critics.
I always
the critics,
go with the audience.
I do too. Not
This
this
was gonna be-
audience, because they always bash us, but more of the other audience. I love this audience, by the way.
This
Hey,
was always going to be a silly, fun movie.
Yeah.
You know, this was never going to be serious cinema. But at 59%, it does on the critic side, it is considered a rotten. You know, it is not
a rotten
fresh.
Tomato.
It is a rotten.
It's a rotten tomato. That's too bad.
I think so.
Well, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you go for the fun and the fantasy of it, and you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's, you know, maybe it's because Woody Harrelson in it. I don't know. I like. Hey, no hating. No Woody hating here.
I've had several people mention to me that he really did a great job in this part. Yes.
He does a good job on these kind of odd parts. You know, he plays the weirdness pretty good out there. You know, he has a kind of a strange character.
So a little spoiler warning here.
Spoiler
warning.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it for fun.
All right, spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the movie yet, there is an end credit scene. But the end credit scene actually has very little to do with the film itself. So you're not going to, if you're going to see Venom Let There Be Carnage because you want to hear the story, then this little bit is not going to change the story. However, the post-credit scene implies that Venom and Eddie Brock have suddenly jumped universes and are now in the Tom Holland Spider-Verse. So that would put Venom in
that's
the main MCU continuity.
Now that's going to be dealt with Sony and Disney. That's the key right there.
That is, I'm not sure how it's going to happen, but at the end credit scene, something happens and it's unexplained. It just happens. And all of a sudden the TV changes, and the TV now has, it has J. Jonah Jameson talking about Spider-Man, and it is the J. Jonah Jameson from the Far From Home movie.
Oh, well, that's so they're tying that all together.
Yes,
it sounds like to me. So I'm really excited about that.
So, the question is going to be: is Venom going to show up?
Okay,
even just a little bit in the new movie.
Okay, we'll talk a little bit about. Okay, now there's some things up to grab right now with the Marvel Universe.
Now. So
I mean, this has a lot to do with it right now. Yeah.
So there's big questions of, Sony owns the Spider-Verse. Marvel has some control in that they have a big agreement with Marvel, but there is a huge lawsuit going on with Steve Ditko's family trying to get rights back from the current rights holders.
Yeah.
And my conjecture is that if, and this is big if, if the Ditko family gets the rights back for Spider-Man, Marvel Disney could swoop in and either buy or license the rights back from the family and have the whole rights set, and basically just ignore Sony at that point.
Well, I mean, then they'll have they have the Fox, and then they would have all the Sony. Yeah. What if? What if?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It will be a strange thing. If it happens, it happens. But the big question is going to be, is if the Ditko family wins the lawsuit, and that is a big if.
Well, the next thing next thing up is between Apple. Man, Apple seems like they are taking the lead on some stuff. Apparently, Apple is making more money from games than Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo combined.
Games like mobile games?
Well, games in general. Now they're doing mobile now, I mean, arcade, Apple does, of course, mobile apps. But as far as how much money they've made from these apps, it overshadows the money that the console makers are making off of games.
Wow.
I mean that's
not off of consoles, but off of
we're talking about
that actually kind of makes sense, because the only way to, because tons of these games are free.
Yeah, exactly.
But tons of these games have in-game purchases.
Yeah.
And Apple gets a cut of every purchase.
30% right now. Massive titles like Fortnite and not on all, but the big names, like we talked about Fortnite in the lawsuit they had earlier.
Yes.
There's another one called Honor of Kings that brings a ton of revenue. I mean, it's about 30% that Apple takes in from these listing titles. So yeah, they pick and choose what titles they are. If you're small, of course, it's probably less. Like I would say maybe 1-2%, but I think as the bigger you are, like Epic and EA, I'm sure they charge through the nose like 30%. I mean, that's a big cut. For, of course, again, we're talking about big companies like Epic and EA and Ubisoft, some of those guys. So that would be interesting to see what happens there. But speaking of gaming, and I don't know if you're a gamer or not, but I am a Battlefield fanatic. I played 1942 when it came out in the early 2000s. Yes, that's me. Battlefield 2042 is out for beta tonight. Right now, you can download it from Steam. I'm not for sure about the consoles, but I know right now on the PC, you can download it from there. Beautiful graphics. It's the next generation of Battlefield. 60 on 60 battles. Can you imagine that, playing 60 people online?
Now this is going to be this is a first person shooter.
It's first person. Yeah. And of course, I don't know anything about the storyline. Of course, Battlefield is all about multiplayer. So I wouldn't worry about the story. I never do. But look at some of the
20 plus years in the future. So there's going to be a little sci-fi, but mostly modern.
As you can tell, they take a little bit of sci-fi. They take a little bit of futuristic weapons combined with modern warfare. Okay. And there's a ton of stuff there. And I think the background, I think the whole theme of it is in the future, no resources, countries battling over resources, basically what's happening right now. But anyhow, but no, seriously, it comes out. Let me see here. I have the information here. Yes, I do. Matter of fact, it comes out. Comes out on, let's see here, releases November the 19th. It's going to be for the Xbox One, PS4, PS5, and the PC. It'll run, the cost will be $59.99, and of course
you have to pay to play the beta.
No, the beta is free, so you get 3 days, including today and the next 2 days. You download it from Steam. So give yourself some time and some space, because I think the beta download is, let's see here.
Gonna be big.
Yeah, it's going to be big. It's probably close to 60 gigs. So have 60 gigs spared for you right now.
Ouch.
Yeah. For the PS5, 16, PS4, 20 gig, Xbox One, 9 gigs, 17 gigs for the X series. For the PC, I think I might be exaggerating. It might be more 40 gigs, but man, it's still a lot of real estate it's taking up. But anyhow, next piece of news, and this is interesting, and I'm a little scared about this. I saw this on James Gunn's Twitter page. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what that reminds me of? Da-da-da-da. Yes, that's what it reminds me of.
It is going to be live action, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes, right
Did
here.
Did you see last year's Star Wars Lego?
I didn't see that.
Special?
I couldn't. Anything with holiday and Star Wars, I just can't. Growing up I just can't do it. Not after what happened the first time. If you're not familiar,
it wasn't good.
Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you've been saved from a great disappointment. Yeah, so James Gunn says the Guardians of Galaxy holiday special will introduce what he considers to be one of the greatest MCU characters of all time. Gunn responded Saturday on Twitter to a user who asked if the Guardians holiday special will introduce any characters, and Gunn, who is writing and directing the special, assured the fans that it will. An incredible and subjective and admittedly often odd opinion, will be introducing one of the greatest MCU characters of all time, Gunn wrote. So who can that be?
So we're going to introduce somebody new into the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, are we talking about Thor? I mean, are we going to be
but Thor already, we're not introducing Thor. Thor already exists.
I know. Well, I mean, are they talking about, well, I mean, it says on here they will be introducing one of the greatest MCU characters of all time. So it has to be an existing one.
Well,
no,
an existing Marvel character. Wait, the greatest MC introducing? I'm confused.
Yeah,
if they're already an MCU character, how are you introducing them?
But maybe they're introducing them into the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know.
Or introducing them into the MCU.
Could be.
I don't know.
Maybe it's Venom. It's Venom, and he eats them all.
It's Venom for sure.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
I don't
think so?
I'm trying to think of who all has been part of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics.
Well, that's what I mean. Who would they introduce to it? Unless it's going to be totally something off the wall. And if it's James Gunn, it definitely will be off the wall. It'll be off the wall. Polka Dot Man will be in the Marvel universe.
I don't think it works that way.
I don't know, but I would actually watch it.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, just wouldn't be canon, but yeah,
that would be strange.
Sorry, what are you looking up for our viewers out there?
You could tell I'm looking things up.
Well, yeah, I can. You have that look at either you're constipated or you're looking up information on the worldwide internets. So
I was trying to see who else has been in the Guardians.
Who've been in Guardian Galaxy,
and
yeah.
You know, there's some weird, like Major Vance Astro, Major Victory is his name. Major Victory. It's such a lame name.
Lame.
But I was just trying to think of who all has been in the Guardians that they could introduce that hasn't already been part of the, but I'm not sure.
Well, let's get to the next article because we have a big show, Ricky. I understand, but we got a big show.
Okay.
And this is going to refer back to what we talked about last week. If you don't know the man, he brought us this. And this.
I'm a rocket man. I'm a rocket man.
What is it?
I'm a rocket man.
That's right. It's the Rocket Man himself, William Shatner. It's official. He will fly to space aboard Blue Origin rocket with his and I just got a photo of him meeting with the man himself, Jeff Bezos. Let's see here. Man, we have to get this is very a long scroll right here. And I thought
for those of you who don't know what Mike means, we have a whole lot of images and you have to scroll up and down to get to them.
Yes. We'll talk to the people behind it. But Captain Kirk is rocketing into space next week. Next week. Yes. Blasts off from West Texas next week. That's right. It's a real deal. Captain Kirk is rocking into the space next week, boldly going where no other sci-fi star has gone before.
Well, since we're on sci-fi,
yes.
Rumor has it that Babylon 5 is in development for a CW show. There's Stravinsky.
That's easier.
Is that his name?
Close enough as far as I'm concerned for this show.
Anyway, he says it's going to be a from the ground up reboot. So it's not going to be a prequel. It's not going to be a sequel. It is going to be a total reboot. So we don't know if it's going to be retelling the same story. It does. What we're hearing is it is going to follow an Earth Force officer named John Sheridan, who was in the original series. And the big thing about Babylon 5 from all my research is everybody says it was kind of the first show that had the long form storytelling.
Oh, gotcha.
Where we had, you heard something in the first episode, but it didn't pay off until the last episode of the season or maybe even the last episode of the series.
Hold on, Ricky. Florida Man, do you like Babylon 5?
I love Babylon 5.
Okay, that's it. So anyhow, back to the show.
But anyway, that's it's still in development. Who knows how long it's going to be in development? It is looking like it's going to be attached to the CW.
Oh wow! Well, so
they're reaching out. Is he going to leave the atmosphere? I think that's a reference to William Shatner.
Yes, that's right. Before you interrupted me. But anyway, no, it's okay because we have a show. Actually, it's going to just last about 10 minutes. So it's going to reach no higher about 66 miles. And the capsule will parachute back to the desert floor, not far from where it took off from. Now, it said Virgin Galactic. Now, the other guy who Virgin Galactic ship, the guy, you know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he said says his launches from an airplane that require 2 pilots, but Blue Origin actually its capsule is fully automated. If that makes you feel any better. But anyhow, actually, and what's
wait. A Google spaceship that's fully automated.
Facebook spaceship.
No, Facebook.
Oh no, it's
Facebook.
Google?
No, it's Google.
It's Google.
Amazon. Bezos, Amazon. So Amazon.
Okay.
So Amazon. An Amazon rocket. I don't know. I got Google.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
An Amazon rocket that's fully automated.
Yeah.
It is so not going to land.
Yeah, you don't want to be a Facebook rocket because it goes offline. You don't want to do that. I think we just lost our.
Lost our one viewer.
Exactly. But also too, actually, William Shatner will be the oldest person in space, from my understanding, and the second actor that's ever been in space, because the other actor is supposed to be going up a couple of days before him. They do not mention who that actor exactly the actor is. But also too, now this I thought was interesting. Keanu Reeves will be. I would watch that.
He does everything.
They actually said. I know I can't. Oh, but the ashes of 2 other Star Trek powerhouses, Gene Roddenberry and actor James Dugan, who played Scotty, rocketed into space years ago after their deaths. they shot their ashes in space. Remember that? You remember that?
Okay. I'd forgotten that.
I know.
Fascinating.
Landed on my donut. So anyway, go ahead. Yes.
I was going to say, I think the only thing we have left is House of the Dragon. They dropped a new trailer. This is the Game of Thrones prequel for those who are Game of Thrones fans. Should be coming out sometime in 2022, maybe.
That's concrete information from
I know.
Speaking Nerdy.
I know. There's no definite date.
That's
yet.
right. No definite date.
Everybody is expecting it to come out sometime in 2022 on HBO. That is the
expectation. Well, I mean, that's good.
Teaser trailer dropped. It looks good. So if you are a Game of Thrones fan, you should check that out.
Should do that. Hey, I think we're time for some stupid news. What do you think, Ricky?
Is it time for some stupid news?
I think it's time for some stupid news. Let's do this thing.
It's the weird and stupid news with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
Speaking of,
try out with different voices.
That's nice. That's true. You know, one of our favorite things are to refer to in the stupid news is our great state of Florida.
Oh,
what do you think about Florida, Mr. Florida man himself?
I have no comment.
And there we go. So
this needs to be a running gag. I actually like this.
I do too. Oh, we love Todd here at the Speaking Nerdy podcast. He actually will be on for a real show, but this is fun. Okay, I couldn't get away with this with the podcast wife. I've been sleeping outside with the dog. The things that I can do, Todd, I can't do with my wife. That sounds strange.
No.
Oh my!
That sounded better in your head.
It should have stayed in my head.
Oh my!
That's right. Let's go into that Florida man stupid news you were about.
Are we? I forgot all about that. Oh, I thought we were done. Florida man who was spotted an alligator wandering through his neighborhood was caught on camera capturing the reptile in a garbage bin. That's right. Right here, Bill G. Malak, a U.S. Army veteran, posted a video to Instagram showing how he captured the alligator in his neighborhood. The video shows Malik asking onlookers to tell him when the alligator's head was safely inside the trash bin. Then he slid horizontally on the ground to ensnare the hissing gator. Malik was able to get the alligator into the bin, flip it upright, trapping the reptile inside, but he made sure he put it in the recycle bin. So that way, because the alligator is recycled. No, that's different report. Sorry about that. No, he contacted the proper authorities and they can remove the gator from the garbage can. Of course, the authorities says, don't try this at home.
No doubt.
Interesting. We all love our UPS drivers or our Amazon drivers. They bring us the smiley packages
when they show up.
And in this installation, a California homeowner doorbell camera captured the moment an Amazon delivery driver swatted a bug and accidentally launched the package on top to on the roof of the house.
Oh no!
Yes. Casey McPerry posted a video TikTok showing the moment an Amazon driver bearing a package of vitamins approached the front door in his San Diego home and swatting at what appears to be an insect. The driver loses his grip on the package during the gesture and then sending flying onto the roof of the home. The video shows the distraught driver walking around outside the house for a few moments while trying to figure out how he's going to get it down. McPerry said that the received text from the driver saying, "Hi, this is your Amazon delivery driver. This sounds crazy, but I accidentally threw a package on your roof. Do you have a ladder?" Seriously. But McPerry said he didn't get the message until later that evening, but he used a flashlight to confirm the package is still on the roof. He was able to get it the next day.
Oh my goodness.
Next, anything to avoid traffic and to get past all the other, cars on the highway. This is one of those things where you can take home. The Florida man says, was he sampling the vitamins? Well, I don't know. Maybe he was, Florida man. Maybe I'm not going to go there, Florida man. So, yes, he caught me off guard. See here. Authorities in Texas said a driver using a high occupancy vehicle lane was ticketed when deputies noticed the only passenger was a Halloween skeleton. That's right. The Harris County Police Department constable officials said in the Facebook post that the driver was pulled over. Deputies who noticed the driver, there was only one human being in the vehicle while he was using the HOV lane.
The commuter lane. Oh my goodness.
The passenger seat of the vehicle was occupied by a skeleton Halloween decoration wearing a hat. So good try, but no good. Hey, this next story. Oh, hello. Is it me you're looking for? You're wondering what does that mean? Well, apparently. Hello. Bam. I'm going to try to say Matul's wife called authorities after he went drinking with a friend. Luckily, he was able to find himself. A scene worthy of a comedy sketch. A Turkish man joined a search party for a missing person, not realizing the individual being pursued was him.
Well, that's one way to find yourself.
That's right. He went drinking with friends in the forest in the town of, I can't pronounce it, somewhere in Turkey late Tuesday. His wife reported him missing after he did not return home, and she heard he had walked away from his friends drunk. Well, okay. The rescue team were called to find Mutlu, I'm going to call him Mutlu, who had gone to sleep in a house in the forest. Turkish online news reported Friday. He came across members of a search party in the morning and decided to help them find the missing person. He realized he was the focus of the search when they began calling his name.
Oh my goodness.
And that's all I have to say on stupid news.
Oh my goodness, that's great. That was the weird and stupid news with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
Well, all my stress went away.
I'm trying the NPR thing. The NPR voice announcer thing.
I feel like I should be like in a bubble bath with a glass of wine and a good novel.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. How do you like that one, Florida?
Thanks for the visual.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about stupid. Well, no, actually, I don't know if it's stupid.
I was going to say this feels like a continuation of the stupid news, but these are real products.
That's right.
These actually are products, things people invented that are weird.
Well, throughout history, the human mind has constantly been searching for new inventions to make our lives easier, more comfortable, and more enjoyable.
True.
Have been some great inventions which have ticked all the boxes: the television, the motor car, even the cell phone. But for every great invention, there'll be another that hasn't quite hit the mark. Some of these failed inventions are so bizarre that you can't help but wonder what in the hell were they thinking? There are other inventions, however, they do seek to try to resolve the very real issue or were designed for the very niche function, but they just didn't make the market. I just want to do a little induction on that.
I like that was good. That was good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think one of the biggest failures and tragedies there are, and I wanted to get out of the way, is the hydrogen blimp. Who thought that was a good idea? Well, I mean, my goodness. I mean, come on. They're German engineers. Whoever thought that commonly used helium, but then, however, in 1931, they thought, yeah, we could do it better. What do? We put hydrogen in a balloon, with, guess what? Combustible fire. To me, I thought, why not? Yes, I'm being hard on the people because they should know better than that. I mean, come on. What do you think? I think I'm done with that part. What do you think?
I think so. I think let's move on.
Next,
oh my goodness! Because I'm a research addict,
yes,
I had to look
go
up
ahead.
hydrogen airship
Hydrogen
disasters.
airship. Yeah,
They're significantly more than I thought they were.
Really? You thought after the first one?
Well, you'd think after the first one they go, oh, maybe this was a bad idea.
I know it. They say, well, that was just a freak
Between
accident of
1908 and
chemicals
1937, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Why not?
Like 25 of them.
I can see I can see getting together at the board conference with the other engineers getting ready for the 26s. I don't know, Herman. Maybe we should not put another one up. Yeah, Fritz, I think it might be a bad idea. What else should we do? I don't know. Exactly. That's all I got. So,
mind you, all of those happened before the Hindenburg. The Hindenburg was the last one.
Oh, it's the last one. Well, so they said, hey, oh, wow. Yeah, well.
Okay, sorry. I got sidetracked.
That's okay. Hey, I thought this interesting. Of course, again, we're going to talk. These are the inventions. First, we're going to talk about the turning of the 20th century. Of course, the Hindenburg blimp that just went pow. But also, too, there's some interesting things that was patented but didn't quite come in fruition. And the next one is the plow gun.
Wait, the what?
It's the plow gun.
Plow gun.
That's right. It's a modern world, I mean, it apparently it's intriguing. It's a plow gun. It was created in 1826. The name has suggested this device you can use as a plow in your field, but the handle comes with its own built-in gun.
Okay.
Yeah. So
wouldn't you shoot the cow in the rear?
I would think so. I mean, that would, yeah. I say so. I mean, against you, unless he's gonna. I mean, how can you? I don't know. I mean, the look at it. I mean, the only thing you can shoot is the cow, and then what's going to happen after that, or the bull, or wherever you use, or the ox. Yeah. I mean, come on. Do you think that's a good idea, Florida man?
No.
Okay, that was good. So, thank you for sharing. Okay, now the next one I think is interesting to me. It's, remember this, smell-o-vision. This is a real deal.
Smell-o-vision existed.
Yes.
This is like a real thing.
Yeah, this is a real deal. Believe it or not, smell-o-vision. Smell-o-vision was a machine that would release odor. It would release odor of what you see in the movie, because people love to smell movies, I guess. Well, in 1960, someone called Hans Luber actually applied this technique, and the movie which was made was called itself Scent a Mystery. Scent a Mystery. Of course, after that, it was never used again. But that's a true story.
That is hysterical.
That is pretty. And of course, the military came up with a neat little invention called the curved machine gun.
I've actually heard of this.
Have you heard about this?
To shoot around corners.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that work?
I don't know. It's an M3 machine gun. It has a curved barrel to shoot around the corners. But I mean, I've seen the new modern ones that are actually pretty cool. They actually turn, and the special forces actually can use these corner guns. With this one right here, I don't see how the projectile, I guess, would have to be round. I don't know, but I didn't see too many of them in World War II films, so I don't think they was used. I'm going to pass these two right here. This is interesting. This is before the answering machine. It's called a phone picking up machine. It doesn't really answer
phone picking up machine.
Yeah, the machine doesn't answer the phone. It just picks it up when the phone rings. So pretty much that's the extent of that. And back in the 1930s, I tell you, parenting skills were phenomenal with this brand new, what we like to call the air suspended baby cage.
Oh, I've seen this. This is insane.
Yes, it is insane. You suspend your precious bundle of joy out the window, high above a very hard pavement below. Yeah, but if you didn't think that was enough, you have what we call a Duro baby carrier. You can go ice skating with your baby with two people attached to your baby in the middle. What can go wrong? I
can't imagine. I mean, they're only ice skating.
Exactly. The 1950s also brought you, well, back then everyone loved to smoke. You know, there was this big thing about Marlboro Man and all that. And and I thought to myself, well, it can't be anything crazy about that. Well, yes. Back in the 50s, they had a cigarette pack holder. That's right. In the 50s, everyone loved to smoke, and they wanted to smoke.
You could smoke a whole pack all at one time.
That's right. You can get your nicotine fix all at once. You can get the vomiting, the dizziness, and the severe headache out all in one puff. So I thought that was pretty good. But hey,
well, what if I wanted to share a cigarette with my date?
I am so glad you said that. Even the 1950s gave you that as well, that his and hers together. That's right. Instead of sharing a soda fountain at the soda shop, you can share a smoke with your lovey dove. And not only that, you might have a rainy day, and sometimes, oh man, I can't smoke, it's rainy. Oh yes, you can with this handy dandy rainy day cigarette holder.
Would that get hot and catch on fire?
Oh, you're thinking about it too much, Ricky. Thinking about it too much.
Oh my goodness.
But the next one I think is pretty interesting. It is called, let me see here. I'm going to go for another one here. Well, it's a little, well, I'll do it anyhow. It's called the cup bra. And
wait, what?
The cup bra. Charles L. Lang, of course, it's a guy. He invented this cup bra, which is strapless, backless, wireless bra, which stays on with what? Adhesive. So, so, you know, how does the support, you know, a lot of support there. You'll just have to,
That's weird.
And for man's best friend, you know, some people are real picky about their, you know, I'm inside the car. They have the, you know, they want to keep it nice and clean.
Yep.
Well, in the 1950s, they had a little invention called the dog sack. That's right. You carry your best Fido along on the side of the road with you, and you keep your car nice and clean. You and your best friend can ride through the countryside with, yes, the dog sack.
Okay, so when we get done with all these old ones, I have two.
Oh, I accidentally moved you. Why did I do that? Repeat what you just said.
Once we get done with all these really old inventions,
I
have two very specific newer inventions that are very relevant to the previous and to the dog sack. To the
dog sack. I can't help it every time I hear dog sack. Oh my goodness.
I have two, so remind me, we need to make sure we cover those two.
Yeah, we will definitely.
They are relevant. Somebody went the next step, let's just say.
Did they?
Yes. Do you want to do them now, or do we want to finish the old ones first?
Well, let's. I have one more I want to show, and we can go from that. The parachute jacket. Yes, right. Not an ordinary parachute material jacket. You might be thinking this was an actual jacket designed to act as a parachute. It was invented by French tailor Franz Retier, who was sometimes referred to as the Flying Tailor, as he was pioneering parachuting. He was so confident about his new invention that he decided to jump off the Eiffel Tower. Unfortunately, the fancy piece didn't work, leading him to death.
Oh no.
So apparently that didn't work out for him, and so unfortunately he hit the ground. I guess that's
sad. Well,
yes.
Now that we're done with the older ones, let's look at some of the newer ones. So this specific one, so bring back up the dog sack again.
The dogs.
Dog sack, yes.
Yeah, I say dog sack.
So
Yes.
dog sack, the dog is outside of your car, it's
Yes.
in a sack. But the wind and like bugs and things are like flying right at your dog.
Yeah,
What if you
exactly.
got hit in the eye?
Oh,
What
that's not
would you
good.
do? That wouldn't
I
be good for the dog.
I wouldn't be good at the dog.
But the miracles of the 21st century, we now have doggles.
Oh, that's awesome.
Doggles, and you can aim your phone at your dog's face to
Mhm.
figure out what size doggles to order your dog.
Well, how
So these
convenient.
protect your dog's eyes. They are also available in prescription.
That was my
So
next question.
if your dog is you're not so seeing eye dog because they can't
Yes.
see well,
No,
you
they
can
can.
get prescription version.
That's right.
So now bring up the cup bra again. So bra inventions are not unheard of.
No, they're
Obviously,
not. Obviously, no.
A man created the first bra.
Yeah, apparently so. Yes.
And I am thinking, then there's the cup bra.
Yes, the cup bra.
And I'm thinking this one was probably invented by a man as well, because there is kind of a male version.
Oh, really?
It is called the wine rack bra.
Oh.
The wine rack bra.
Wine.
Okay. Wine, like you drink wine.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
So if you've heard of the Camelback.
Yes, I have.
It's kind of like a backpack that you can put water in, and then it's got like a spout you can drink out of. So this is actually a bra.
Yeah.
That you fill with your favorite beverage of choice so that you can sip at your leisure without people realizing that you are sipping at your leisure from your bra. So there is also a male version called the beer belly.
The beer belly.
Where you have a sack of beer,
there,
in those instances when alcohol Adrian. So in those instances when alcohol is not technically allowed into a place. Now with the beer belly and with the wine rack, I have one big concern is anyone going to notice that it suddenly got smaller?
My concern is too, if people didn't read the label and they decide to put hot coffee in it, that would be a concern of mine too.
I don't know. Hot cocoa on a cold winter's day. No, let's not go there.
Yeah, it's not going to be on a hot winter's day.
Yeah, so those were two of the things.
No, that was excellent.
We were talking about dogs and bras.
Dogs and bras. That's the whole show. Welcome to Speaking Nerdy. We're talking about dogs and bras.
Dogs and bras today.
Yeah, that's shut down real quick. Lose our fan base if we ever had one. Let's see. Oh, let's see here. Oh, interesting here. The next
so what
one
else
here,
do we have?
Well, what we have is somebody took it away. I blame you. Did you mess with my notes? Did you mess with my notes? Did you mess?
I didn't mess with your notes. No, I didn't even.
Okay.
I didn't even.
I add to my notes. No, I'm sorry. I got stuck on something else there. Yes, I think humming through bars. Go ahead and go to one that you have here.
So
yeah, go ahead. Here.
I have another one.
Yeah,
this was definitely for a man like me who has a major goatee. So but sometimes when you're shaving, have you ever just accidentally nicked, half your goatee and then you have like shaved the whole thing off because you can't keep it even?
Yeah.
Well, this is my perfect goatee. And it is basically a face guard that you wear so that while you shave, you do not accidentally nick the edges of your goatee. And as you can see, he has perfect goatee.
Well, yeah,
and,
of course he does.
Basically, it's an orthodontic piece that you bite down on to hold close to your face. And this is the updated version with a new middle guide to get your chin right up in there so that it's all nice and snug. And then you can just shave around there and you have the perfect goatee.
Nice. Nice. That was long enough for me to find my notes. Thank you very much. The next, I don't know about you, but a lot of times I can't find my remote. I can't find anything. I mean, usually I misplace it. I figure out how in the heck I'm going to keep up with it. Well, that's what the remote that's right. The remote wrangler. Nothing like the remote wrangler to keep everything together. You have you have everything you need.
Is that real?
That's a real deal. At least this invention, solving one of the greatest problems in modern life. It's a real deal. John McEnroe with the John McEnroe hairstyle, headband style. Yes. Maybe going a little bit too far, but yes, this is definitely can solve your issues if you decide to wear that.
You might have some issues if you decide to wear that.
I think so. I think, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Other things. Another thing too, I actually like this idea. It's the butter stick. Actually, I think it's a pretty good. Yes, I actually think it's actually a good start. Yeah, I think
you know why I like this, because I actually have this problem in the mornings when I cook breakfast. I've got the toast, and then I put the butter on there, but you try to spread the butter with the knife, but the butter's too hard. But by the time the butter melts, it either soaks all the way into the bread, or the bread's too cold to continue to melt the butter.
Yeah.
So I hold the physical stick of butter with the wrapper pulled back, and I rub it on the bread exactly like that. So if my butter was in a plastic stick that I could just roll up, that would be brilliant. I would love that.
I actually think that's a great idea personally. So it didn't make it flourish.
I would absolutely buy that.
I would do the same thing. Hey, and for the avid golfer who just likes to putt anytime of the day, well, there you go. It is the body putter. Yes, sir. While you're trying to do your hole in one. When you're trying to make a hole in one in the toilet. Yeah. So anyway, we got the joke. But yeah, that's a the next one is, I guess, is for a dog lover who's having remorse. Yes, is the prosthetic dog testicles. Yes.
Wait, what?
The prosthetic dog testicles. Yes, it's a real deal. You should, if you feel guilty about having your pet neuter, maybe you want to make up for him for giving him a traumatic car ride.
Why is this a thing?
Car ride in the dog sack.
You forgot to make him wear his doggles.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So if you feel
why is that a thing?
It is.
Of all these inventions, that one I'm going, what? Huh?
So from the dog sack to the marriage sack. The better marriage blanket. Yes, that keeps the flatulence.
The better marriage blanket?
Yes, is a better marriage blanket. Yes. It sounds like a gag gift, but it's not. It's meant to keep you from gagging on receiving end of the silent but deadly problems from your mate.
What does it absorb it?
It's designed to combat. That's what it says. It's supposed to absorb the flatulence. Yes. So anyway, but again, I mean, here's the problem though,
That's
just because you can't. Yeah. Anyway, I'm done with that one. The next one is, and I do this one, and this might be a gift I give to some of the people I worry about out there that lives alone. A lot of times you have those, I don't know, those curious neighbor kids, those teenagers, going through those years of puberty, or you have the dirty old man next door. You have this voyeurs looking through the window. Well, now you can just get them away with the anti-pervert hairy stockings. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
If you're concerned about those peeping toms or curious teenagers next door, well, I have the solution. That's right. Your admirers unless you're an admirer from the former Eastern Bloc countries, they will go.
That is so bizarre.
That is so bizarre. Oh man. And if that's not enough, you need a little help around the house. Well, we have a little thing called the baby mop. That's right, the baby mop. And if you don't have and if you don't have a baby, well, you can always tie it up to your cat, which we call the cat duster slippers.
Cat duster slipper. That cat would not wear those. Cat would be jerking them suckers off.
That cat would scratch you in half.
Have you met a cat?
I guarantee you. I don't know. That was tested in the lab. It's the same guys that did the hydrogen blimp. Oh my. Back in the days before you had, sometimes I like to read a book. Sometimes I don't always want to read from my phone. Sometimes I want the feel of actual text on a book. Of course, too, it's easy. I mean, of course, when you go in the restroom, you have your phone, you can read, catch up on the events of the day, but I like using my newspaper. Yes, that's right. The toilet reader. It's just, as you can tell,
desk.
That's right. It looks like an easy installation from the right of him to the left of him. I'm sure it's so. He looks like he's content looking through the paper. But this is one of my favorites, and sorry, I have so many things going in my mind, fans, that it's sometimes the show is all about what's going on up here and the entertainment I'm giving myself.
All the poop jokes we've had tonight. Why have we not included the Bluetooth enabled toilet from our?
I know, from the CES
show.
I don't know.
Have included it.
We could have.
If you're not familiar with it, fans, it's a real thing. It's a Bluetooth enabled toilet. It attaches to your phone.
That's right.
So that once you poop, it analyzes your poop, and when you go to the store, it can make purchase recommendations based on the contents of your stool, and it might suggest things like you should consider more vegetables because you need more fiber.
That's right. The density means a lot.
Oh, getting a Bluetooth toilet would take somebody pretty dense.
It would. The next one is probably what you've seen on TV or some of those info commercials, but didn't go very well. It's the hair growing sprays. That's right.
Spray on hair.
Spray on hair. Yeah. So
speaking of spray on hair, I mentioned to our group, I put a poll out. I said we were going to be live. We're going to talk about crazy inventions, and Dwayne Introwitz. I'm not sure how I'm pronouncing it. Anyway, Dwayne specifically mentioned spray on hair. He added it to our list of options.
Oh, there you go.
Options.
Right there, a whole option right there. Yeah. The next thing, and I wish I had this the other night, but this is really good. It's the noodle fan. That's right.
Noodle fan.
The noodle fan.
That's for people who really love noodles.
People who really love noodles. Yeah, actually, it's called the Nuddle Noodles cooler. Nothing like it. It cools up your noodles while you're, I guess. But wouldn't that spray I don't know. I wouldn't think it would spray on.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it splash your noodle juice? That's weird. And how do you work the chopsticks if the chopsticks are what's holding up the fan?
I don't know. I
don't even understand how that one works.
That's probably why it hasn't hit the market. It wasn't probably thought through. I tell you, sometimes but speaking of eating, like the noodle fan, it's sometimes when I'm eating, I get an idea and I want to write something down. I can't grab a pen or a pencil. Well, they've solved this too. It's called the Dine Ink. That's right. The Dine Ink.
Dine Ink.
That's right.
Nice.
Pretty nice.
So that way you can have your pen and it can be a knife.
That's right.
Or a fork.
That's right.
Or that's weird.
That's very weird. One of my favorite inventions, and it's helped me a ton, is the Ab Advancer. That's right. It's look at it. It's like it's Basically, see how it's working the abs.
It gives you the look of a six pack.
That's right.
Without any of the work.
That's right. That's right. Holidays at the beach is going to look a lot better on you, buddy. That's right. And the next one is really creepy to me. It's creepy. It's the Hug Me pillow.
Yes, I saw that. That's a little weird.
That is weird.
A little. This would be for your very, 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 very lonely friends.
Yes.
The ones that just need a hug.
Oh, we all just need a hug.
I'm gonna buy you one for Christmas.
Well, thank you.
Man, that might happen. That actually.
And you know me, I would actually, and I would do it. You know me, what I would do. I would make sure Tiffany wouldn't know about it. And I would make sure that one night when she falls asleep, I'll fall asleep next to her with the, and then when she wakes up,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hey, this is interesting. The next one, I always hate it when people they don't accidentally steal my sandwiches from the fridge.
They do it on purpose.
Oh, it's on purpose. Well, this next, this is a great invention to keep the thefts from your food stop happening. That's right. It's an anti-theft food bag.
It looks like mold.
Yeah. That's pretty clever if you ask me.
That's actually pretty good. I like that.
And this one I will buy for my, the remote headrest looks like, let's see here. Bring that back up, Florida man. I didn't see that all the way. I'm a kind of a slow reader. The remote headdress looks like a Retask athletic sporter. Yes, right. Yes, it's a little bit of a undergirding there. I want to buy this one for my wife because sometimes, just out of the blue, she likes to have a nice glass of wine. So it's always good to have one handy around her neck. So this would be something that would be a great gift.
One goes right up there with the wine rack bra.
Exactly.
You can have both. One is red, one for red and one for white.
I got a birthday present in mind for somebody.
I don't drink.
I think that's, but also too, when you're out and about, not only inside, but when you're outside, sometimes, you need a little snooze. Sometimes you're on the train system, you're on the subway, you can't get any, you're just exhausted. And sometimes you don't have a place to sit or rest yourself on. Well, guess what? That's right. It's the Subway chin rest. That's right. Subway chin rest will help you just get your naps. Yes, that looks like something that you need to call a number for. Exactly. And the next one too is sometimes when you're out and about, sometimes, you just can't wait. So you make sure you have handy is the toilet paper hat.
I need one of those when I'm sick.
That's exactly right. It's a good stuff here, but this is interesting. I know for the person that's on the go, who's always in the car, always going from one place to another, sometimes you got to multitask. Well, sometimes you're late for work and sometimes you're on the road for work. And sometimes you just need a handy dandy steering wheel desk tray for your laptop while you're on the road.
All right. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I actually love this product.
Yeah.
I would love to have had one of these when I worked at the news station.
Yes.
Because I can't tell you the number of times I was sitting in the driver's seat, editing a video for a newscast that was going live in like 2 hours, and I wasn't done yet. And that little desk would have been a huge thing for me. I would have loved that.
So it wouldn't be something you would do on the, you wouldn't use it on the go. Yeah.
No, not while driving.
No, I mean,
not while driving.
Yeah. I mean, you also have your option. You also have your option too to do your own tray food cart as well. I mean, you eat on the go.
I actually really like this.
Yeah, I know you do.
If I drove as much as I used to when I worked at the news station, I would actually be like, that is the best gift ever.
The next thing is just out of the world of the old 1960 show Get Smart. There is the bar sound bubble. Yes, right. Bar sound bubble. Actually, sometimes you're with the missus or with your partner or whoever. You can't have a conversation. And you don't want people next door to, But in skiing, well, you have the sound bubble. It's
I don't think we can use that in the era of COVID. That is not 6 feet away.
that's true. You would have
That's
to.
not social distancing.
Yeah, I didn't mean that. Sometimes I hate wet shoes, and of course,
I always hate wet shoes.
I do too, and that's why, surprisingly, the Japanese came up with this neat creation. They're basically little tiny umbrellas on your shoes. That's right, attached to your toes to keep you.
Keep part of your shoe dry.
That's right. That's right. And this is one that I thought that you came up with. I saw when you're on the go, sometimes you want to feel a little support more than just in your trousers. You want to feel it on your hands, the handy pants.
My hander pants.
Hander pants, yes.
I believe, as I read about the hander pants, one of the things is they're supposed to help.
Ty, what do you think about the hander pants?
I've got a pair.
Oh, you want to show us?
No.
Okay. Okay. So, sorry about that. We had a little Florida man intervention there. What was that again?
Oh, I was just saying, as I recall, reading about the hander pants, which it was strange because there were so many things that they were good for, but they don't have fingers. But they're also supposed to keep your gloves dry from your hand sweat.
Oh,
I guess.
Well,
which is weird.
It kind of goes in hand to hand with the next thing, which is the phone finger.
What are those for?
Well, in the days of smartphones, fingerprint's a magnet for all kinds of greasy stuff that gets on your, on your phone screens and stuff like that. So this is the handy dandy way to prevent it, unless someone else touches your, handy dandy, phone fingers, and then
oh my goodness,
there you go. So that's kind of, again, handy dandy. The next one is, again, from our friends from Japan. They come up with another way to survive the subways and the train stations while trying to get some Z's. It's called the sticky hat. Yes, the Japanese people struggle. Yeah, the sticky hat.
What? It's a hat. What's the? I don't understand. What does it do?
Has a suction cup on the end, and then you can put it right up against the window, and then it keeps your head stable so you can sleep.
Oh, it's holding her. Oh,
yeah, kind of like the Garfield cat that you stuck on the back of the window.
What does the note say?
I don't know. I
want to know what it says.
We'll do that next.
Now I want to know.
Now you want to find the next week's show. I don't know. This one is really good. I don't know. This is I don't know. The Wright brothers came out with this one, but it's called the Foot Power Bike.
The foot aren't all bicycles foot powered?
Yeah, but without pedals.
So this is like. So wait. You just like run and hold on to some handles?
Yes.
What? But what? Huh?
That's exactly right. I don't think they sell too many of those out there, but yeah. Yeah. So do you actually get to go on the bike lane? But do you get to be on the bike lane? That's what I want to know.
There you go. Or can you take the walking paths where it says no bikes allowed?
Very confusing.
I don't know.
Confusing. I know one thing though. When I go camping sometimes, sometimes I get really tired and I just right then just want to take a nap. Here's the walking tent intervention right here. Is a walking tent where you can set up camp anywhere you want at a moment's notice.
My daughters would probably wear those 24/7.
I don't know about you. Sometimes it's really hot and I'm on the hot pavement, and sometimes I need something to help cool down my feet. Well, there is the air shoes. That's right. The air shoes, which basically
air-conditioned shoes.
That's right. Basically, they're holes from the description.
they're just holes.
They're just holes, basically vents underneath your.
There's no actual active.
No, actually.
There's no actual
motor. No
conditioning.
No,
it's just holes.
No.
For those people who wear holes in their shoes, here, just buy some shoes that already have holes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Save the trouble.
Save the trebles, an extra $20. And if you don't have man's best friend along to take for a walk, well, that's okay. You can take your best friend Fishy along with the fish
What?
walker. That's right.
The
You can take your
walker.
the fish walker, not Texas fish walker. It is the fish walker. Yes, you can take your little buddy anywhere you want to go. That's right.
My daughter needs one of those.
I know, Pierre.
It looks really heavy duty though.
It really is. I don't think there's a whole lot of people. I don't think it goes up steps very well. But sometimes I get really tired, and sometimes you just go, you know what? I had enough. My body says, I'm ready to sleep. Well, this little pillow was helpful. It's called the ostrich pillow. Yeah.
I've actually seen these before.
I know.
This is a weird little thing.
Now, I'm surprised I don't see these more in colleges. I bet you these things actually sell more than
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just my thought anyway. But getting down to the next is some of our tech, and we're getting close to some other stuff here. Remember back in 2000 when you had the old Microsoft Word and you had Clippy. Clippy was out. Yes. Well, Clippy, who took up half of your machine's memory and most of the time got in your way to try to tell you what to do that you didn't want to do. Well, Clippy is seen as one of those bad ideas, even though many people loved Clippy, but did slow down your machine. So,
Clippy was a bad idea.
But sometimes too, speaking of computers, sometimes you'll have a hard time with different keys and stuff, and you start straining your fingers and stuff like that. Well, this handy dandy Control-Alt-Delete bar will help you from tiring your hands when you have to hit Control-Alt-Delete several times a day, which I always have to.
So rather than using 3 fingers, 2 on one on the other hand, I'm going to reach over and grab a device.
Yes.
And what if my keyboard isn't that size?
Well,
are keyboards all uniform size?
Not really. Not really.
What if my delete button is too far away? Is it adjustable?
I don't know. I don't think they really looked at different sizes of the option, or did I think they did the same thing with this next little contraption called the privacy scarf.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's right. The privacy scarf. Yeah. I don't even know what to think about that one.
I actually could have used this on a couple of video shoots.
Oh, could you have?
Because we'd be out in the bright sun and we couldn't see the screen because it wasn't dark, and like the sun was washing out the screen, so we couldn't watch the footage back. That actually came in handy. It invented it 10 years ago.
It's kind of like a computer Snuggie or something like that. It's kind of cool. Yeah. The last one that I have, which is
it's the last one because I don't have any more.
Yeah, it's the last one, and for me, it's a lifesaver. I mean, especially back in the days when you use a lot of DVDs. I don't know how many times I would go through a bunch of DVDs, and I thought, oh crap, I have to make sure I have my DVD rewinder. The fastest DVD winder available. I don't know how many times I had to rewind my DVDs before I would put them back into the DVD player. That's right.
To rewind. That would have been important for all those people who worked at Blockbuster.
What do you think, Todd? Okay, thank you. And
well, I guess that's it.
That's the commitment we have here at the show for you folks. We appreciate you coming and watching our stupidity. Remember, we'll be back next Wednesday, the same time, same station, same social media platforms, and all that good stuff. We always on Wednesday nights. Yes, go ahead, sir.
I was going to say, you can find us almost there at Speaking Nerdy.
That's right. At Speaking
and you
Nerdy.
can find our website at speakingnerdy.com.
That's right. And we are, again, Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Who knows what we're going to come up with next? Make sure you join our Speaking Nerdy podcast group, where give us suggestions, what you would like to see on the show. Put your favorite memes up. Make comments on the memes. Do whatever you want to do. Show your nudies.
You really will get us kicked off.
Share your nerdy.
I think we should end now.
Let's end the show.
This has been the Speaking Nerdy podcast with your kind of host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my good friend and compadre, Mr. Ricky Pope.
Show your nerdiness.
Nerdy. Yeah.
Nerdy is
Nerdy,
the
yes,
word you
please.
were looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's
Oh my
repeat
gosh.
that. We better check the